Hello, guys, and welcome to this episode of the Brawlcasters. I'm James. That's Alex. We're bringing our combined 50 years of martial arts experience to the internet to call some of the internet's craziest fights. Now, Alex, off air, you and I were discussing something that came highly recommended to me from one of my friends. It's funny with the big American flag on my shoulder. It's even more prevalent. The new Hulk Hogan documentary, Hulk Hogan, Real American. It's funny. I know we were talking about that. You kind of missed Hulk Hogan's heyday in your wrestling fandom. Yeah, you know,
I was more early 2000s. DX, Suck It, fucking Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys was some of my favorites.
Yeah,
Edge, big Edge fan.
See, I was a wrestling fan then too. I was a wrestling fan before that in like the big Hulk Hogan days, like the Hulkamania coming out. I am a real American. You know, like that. Him beating the Iron Sheik. Like I was a fan back then. Then it got like a little more cartoony. I kind of fell out of it. Fell back in around Attitude Era. But like, what's cool about this documentary is like the super old footage is really, really cool.
I would imagine.
But it's also like one of those things that makes you feel like really old, because I mean, obviously Hulk Hogan has passed away now, and this was the last time he was caught on film before he passed away.
Yeah.
But watching him in the gym, like the guy who had the largest arms in professional wrestling, watching him like as a frail man, you're like, how did this happen? He was an American hero. He was, we all wanted to lift our weights, eat our vitamins, and say our prayers to look just like the Hulkster.
And now times change, man. But I like. Even in wrestling, like I would say, Attitude Era is where I started to love it when I was a little kid. And I was little because they would play me old clips of like Attitude Era stuff when I was a kid. My cousin Victor would always show it to me, and then like I said, DX Suck It area, like that was my shit. I used to get in trouble for that all the time.
Yes. Color me not surprised.
And I kind of fell out like right around the start of like John Cena, Rey Mysterio. Like I was like, eh. And then I got back into it a few years ago. And then I'm just like a casual fan now. I watch it occasionally, but I got back in. Fuck, I'm trying to think. It was like WrestleMania like 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, oh shit, I watched that. And one thing I always did love watching was the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, because like the Royal Rumble is always so super entertaining because you'd have the guys who just you hadn't seen in 10 years and they popped in just for the Royal Rumble.
That's it.
Or you had like comedy bits, like when Mick Foley came in 3 different times in the same Royal Rumble.
Yep. He came in as Dude Love, he came in as Cactus Jack, and he came in with as
Mankind.
As who? Mankind, yeah.
Mankind.
You told me, he's used to.
I used to teach his kid.
Yeah.
It was. Did I tell you? I tell you the story of the day that he came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. He was the nicest dude too. Like, you would think like guy who's been thrown at the top of the Hell in a Cell might like be like a little like prima donna-ish. Nah, not at all.
Everybody I've known that met him said he's really down to earth.
Takes pictures with every kid, talking to dads about whatever, like literally talking sprinkler systems. It's one of the like core memories I have of him is him sitting there talking sprinklers with some of the other dads. Though my favorite memory, I love to make when I'm teaching a kids class as an instructor. I love to make references that the kids just right over their head, but the parents are like dying. Like I was talking one time about breaking a tie clinch. The person grabs your clinch here. I'm like, so you want to take your shoulder and you want to push that one forward and kind of like, like a Russian 2-on-1. Like you want to grab it and like shrug that, you want to shrug it by and instead the other. I'm like, if that doesn't work, come back, hit the other side. You just kind of Pat Benatar it. And you're like, and the kids have no idea who Pat Benatar is. You don't know who Pat Benatar is, but but the parents are sitting there and they're playing the Love is a Battlefield video in their head where she's like shimmying her shoulders like that. I'll send you the video.
I know that song, Love is a Battlefield, that's him?
Yeah, that's Pat Benatar. It's a shit.
You know I was training to this week that is awesome to train to?
Go right ahead.
James Brown.
Yeah.
He has training to the Sex Machine. Also, it's jiu-jitsu, but it's a great song.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, I forget. Somebody recently had in the gym was playing Eminem songs, but as like 1920s like doo-wop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, there's something here. I don't know if I like it, but there's something.
They do the 50 Cent ones are really good too.
Yes,
those are really good.
That was in the mix as well. I'm like, I'm not sure if I like this, but I don't hate this. That's for sure.
No, it's different.
It's different. is different.
train into some different music. Like I can't always train. I used to have a coach that shout out to him. He just actually won ADCC trial. Shout out to Gianni.
Good job.
He
Congratulations.
used to, Gianni Grippo, yeah, my guy. When he used to coach over at 10 Planet, he used to only fucking train to like Trapped, Headstrong, like shit like that. And I would just get numb to it. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
2000s rock music. I'd be like, fuck my life.
See, it's funny. I try to strive to not be that coach, to not just play what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. Like I when I used to make specific playlists, I would pick like 3 or 4 genres and I would alternate between them. So that way you would never be stuck with like, okay, we're doing just 80s rock or we're doing just 90s rock. Like it was always try to mix it as best I can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also not going to argue with him. You just choke me the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hear that as well. But I realized I never finished the Mick Foley story. So I had a kid throwing a spinning back fist on the bag. So like boom, and they're wearing boxing gloves, so it makes a great sound when it hit the big flat part of that glove on the back part of the big part of the bag. And I had this girl come up front, and she does it whap, whap, big power, and it sounds great when she does it. I'm like, man, you do that like a Rolling Stone song. You make a grown man cry. And Mick Foley almost fell out of his chair. He literally, like, I've never seen. You would think he's only that dramatic on stage. He was like, like balled. I was like, oh, highlight of my life. I almost knocked Mick Foley out of the chair by laughing.
You got to understand that's got to be his personality at that point, because like it's just him. He's just a good guy.
Like my mom met him at like a minor league baseball game. We have a team here on Long Island called the Ducks. Great stadium for families, by the way.
Ducks. You got to give me a Ducks hat.
Yeah, bro, I'll give you a Ducks hat. We go all the time, right? Riley, my little girl is actually, her class last year sang the Star Spangled Banner, and they're singing it again this year. So when I go, I'll get you a hat. I'll definitely get you a hat. It's awesome. Yeah, but it's great because the stadium's only 6,000 or so seats. Super intimate. There's not a bad seat in the venue. And it's like super family friendly. In between every inning, in between every half inning, they'll do like a little something to keep the crowd entertained.
Nice.
Really fan friendly. They don't beat you over head with the prices for the food and everything like that. And the tickets are like nothing. I think they're like
$20.
Yeah, like 20, $25.
I love minor league games, dude. I used to go to the Cyclones games in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. But my mom met him walking down the stairs. She was going up the stairs to the bathroom. He was going downstairs. She's like, "Oh my God, Mick, how are you? Good to meet you." And he's like, "How are you? Have a great day, ma'am." Like, called Madame Leonelli, ma'am. She was blushing.
Madame Leonelli.
She told me the story for like, if I asked her the story now, she would still blush telling me the story.
Good. I mean, that's fair. It's also Mick Foley. You can't really be mad.
He's also, like I said, he's the salty, super nice guy. Super nice guy. You gotta love the real good guys. The truly, truly good people.
Yeah.
Gets
you far, guys. Speaking of that, I want to see how far these two can get. All right? These two guys. Eternal MMA 86. This is probably from a few years ago. Max Kruger is going to go up against Blake. What is it? Masara? This is from a year ago. Excuse me.
Yeah. So let's see what these guys got to offer. Here we go. In 3 and 2 and 1. Gotta love the mustache on Max Kruger.
16?
Yeah. This. They are some kind of. I think
That's
they're
Australian.
They're Australian.
Yeah, it's Australian.
There's a big maturity difference between 16 and 21.
Yeah, that's a lot, guys. That's there's grown man strength is what we call it, but 16 and 21. That's the 21-year-old, right?
Yeah.
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 That's the fucking 21-year-old. That is becoming an adult. He got the mustache, and he probably works like a fucking. What is it?
Look at that mustache. He's
Tarmac or something, or like a fucking road.
My man definitely works blue collar. He's a mechanic or a contractor or a plumber or an electrician or something. He works some kind of job where there's a lot of dip involved. That's for sure.
Proper 12 Irish whiskey. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is I want to give props to this 16-year-old. I hope he doesn't get fucked up.
Well, the thing is, these guys both 2 and 1, so that's saying something.
And it's on UFC Fight Pass. Wow, 16-year-old fighting on UFC Fight Pass. Huh.
Now, right away, we see Kruger taking the center of the cage here, but not really capitalizing on it. And Maryska, he's doing a really nice job of staying smooth and relaxed on the outside.
Kruger rushing in with that cross there. He's not setting it up nice with his footwork.
Yeah.
He kind of just like jumped into it.
I kind of like Maryska. He seems to be the taller man. Let's let him get that jab working. If he gets that jab and a teep working, all this great footwork of Kruger is going to be for naught. Good check hook by Maryska there too.
Yeah, see how Kruger keeps like jumping in with his strikes. He's not using his jab to step in on him. He's kind of like
he's trying to just rely on just pure athleticism to get in.
Good leg kicks.
Yeah.
All right.
Maryska strikes me as one of those kids who might have trained his whole life leading into this, you know?
Yeah, I was counting the 16-year-old out. I'll be honest with you, but hey, prove me wrong, dog.
These guys love to do that.
Oh shit, nice hook.
Yeah. Oh, I always love when a guy goes do something flashy and like something silly like a leg kick like that just breaks it all up. Or like you see a guy go to do like a Superman punch and someone just like throws a teep kick and they just rush their stomach right into the teep kick and fall down. I love moments like that. Maryska a little more comfortable at distance now. You can see he's finding his space a little bit better. Nice 1-2 and good evasiveness there. He's fighting his height well. Like when you have the height advantage, you can get away where he was in the cage with that little dip in the head back.
Ooh, all right. Kruger trying to snatch the round away there. I think he knows, like, all right, I got to do something to win this round. Right now, as it stands with a minute left in the round, I got Maryska up on it.
I would agree with you. You can see he's got Kruger flinching too. Guys, both pretty.
Kruger does have better hair though.
Oh, well, that's not a question.
Ooh, decent shot, but he couldn't do anything with it.
You know, he shot to him. He didn't shoot through him. That's one of the most frustrating things. It's something I had to learn. It took me a while to learn to get the distance just right where I would shoot through somebody. Because otherwise what happens is you run into a brick wall.
The only thing I will say about Maryska's game, when he throws that jab, comes back to his chest instead of his face. So he's just got to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
That might be a situation where, like, when you have the reach advantage like that, it's okay. At the end of the world. But, like, if you fight somebody your exact build, that's when it becomes like, oh, shit, this is bad.
Exactly. He's got really good wrestling defense, Maryska. I like the way he's fishing for underhooks.
I gave Maryska that round.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just super calm and composed.
Yeah, I give him that round. You see what I mean? Look at his hands wind up every time he throws. They wind up in that chest area.
It's like he kind of resets with that pray kind of motion. It's something I yell at the kids in my class all about. I'm like, what are you praying for? Like,
yeah, you got to be careful with that, dude. Like I said, look, now those inside strikes, something starts to land. Oh, he rushed that shot in on a guillotine as Kruger, and this one sucks because it's on that high angle.
But the takedown there, though he wound up right in guard, he did put Kruger flat, so there wasn't much on that guillotine.
Yeah.
A good guillotine, you got to be angled, and he was flat, so that's why.
Good adjustment on it.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't think Kruger liked that. I mean, I don't think Maryska liked that too much. Now he's like, all right, I can't let him get momentum going.
Yeah.
So good adjustment here of just pressuring forward now.
Maryska's doing a very good job. Kruger, we've noted earlier, he took the center of the cage in the first round, but now Maryska, he's been way more productive having the center of the cage. He's throwing strikes. He's making Kruger rush back into the cage. I really like. It's a silly thing, but the way Maryska's blocking that leg kick, super low effort. The way he's just kind of popping his knee out and he's just stopping that kick. Very good timing on the takedown there from Kruger.
Yeah, there's that takedown Kruger's been hunting all night, so let's see if he can do anything with it, right? He's got to be careful of that triangle. Nice push off. But nice job controlling the legs. Beautiful throw.
Yeah, that was a really good job by Kruger there. And he's taking away the space so much that there's no frames for Maryska here. He can't get his arms where he needs them defensively.
Yeah, and funny enough, this is actually a spot where, like, being the smaller guy, sometimes you have that advantage because you can, like, suck away all that space where the taller guys are used to dealing with a bigger body, to getting, like, an angle in or getting a foot in or just that extra little bit of inch of space. But being the shorter guy, you can start working some submissions like this. Oh, my God.
Oh.
That fucking, oh, my God.
That was terrible.
Jesus
He did that. He did that so well.
I see why he was hunting that takedown, because once he had it, that's like that space. There was no space there. That was a beautiful job sucking up all that space. And once he locked in that sub, he locked that shit up.
And the other thing is, when you're a taller guy like Maryska, you need more space to get your frames in. You have more arms, so you just need more space.
But shit, man, 16? 16 and 20, both these guys, hats off. But like 16?
Yeah, and like, man, for 16 years old, that kid looked good. He looked calm. He looked composed. I was nothing to be mad at right there. Nothing to be mad at.
He got caught.
Yeah. Listen, now he learned, like, you saw, he swam. I was going to break it down, but you were on a point, so I didn't want to stop you. But Maryska swam the underhook. And he made a mistake that many people might make, and honestly, I make it myself all the time. I'll swim the underhook, and when I swim the underhook, I don't wrestle up right away.
Yep.
I'll like get there, and it's like, okay, step one is done. And then your partner sits down on you, and they start doing a little bit more. It's one of the things I'm working to fix in my game to make sure I don't do that. I have to swim you got to swim the underhook and wrestle up right away. Otherwise, that moment of space is gone. And that was what worked against him right there. If he had wrestled up right away, he might not have gotten stuck there. But great top pressure from Kruger. Really good stuff.
That's what I'm saying, man. He did such a good job of just sucking away all that space and just making sure that takedown that he was hunting for paid him off. It was perfect.
It paid dividends. He did a very, very good job. Both guys did, honestly.
Good fight.
Yeah,
good
nothing
fight.
to be mad at either of those guys. I would, it's funny. Now that I know these guys' names, I want to make a point to try to search out more of their fights because they both look really good. I like to see more progress from these guys.
And being on UFC Fight Pass, that platform, I think those are guys to keep an eye on.
Exactly. I mean, amateurs. Imagine that amateurs on UFC Fight Pass.
Crazy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. It's we've talked about guys whose careers had really awesome moments early on, and it's like, bro, just stop while you're ahead because it's not going to get better than this, and then they somehow make it better than that. Mm-hmm. Like Shane Burgos in his first fight ever, he got, the rear naked choke that Mackenzie Dern made famous, where she had the omoplata and rear naked choke at the same time. Shane Burgos did that much earlier in his career, many years earlier. But love you, Shane Burgos. Sorry, you're not as good looking as Mackenzie Dern, so that you didn't get the same notoriety for it. And then in his second fight, he did a Darce choke. He has a Darce choke on the guy, and the guy was circling. He winds up doing a handstand using the fence. He's got his shins laying up against the fence, straight up, while he's got the Darce choke, puts the guy out. And yet Shane still went on to have a career that was more impressive than those two moments.
Yeah, he had a hell of a career.
Yeah, which is incredible. I'm sure. I actually think he's not done, to be honest, which would be great. I
bare
love
knuckle.
watching.
I think he's doing bare knuckle fighting.
No, he's doing PFL.
PFL?
Yeah,
he's doing bare knuckle.
No. He had a war in PFL a couple 6 months ago, a year ago. I think he did well for himself in his UFC career. Did well for himself PFL wise as well. So, but I know he got hurt. We talked about it. He tore his bicep. He's working his way back from that, doing a great job and everything. I love watching that kid perform.
He's a free agent right now.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Currently a free agent after a stint with PFL.
Yeah, it's funny. I as much as I'd love to see him do whatever he wanted to do, I don't think bare knuckle is the safest route for him because he's a guy who gets in the trenches, and because he gets in the trenches, he's a guy who does get hit, and I'd like him to not take any more damage than he doesn't have to. Such a great guy, really, honestly. So honestly, underrated in his skills, his leg kicks. He has got for a guy, myself, known around the gym for my leg kicks, he has got some of the sharpest shins I've ever felt in my life. Just horrible. Like, he literally just laid it. I'm like, ow, please don't do that again. And he did it again. But at any rate, guys, speaking of things that you should do, make sure you subscribe, get your new episodes right as they drop. Make sure you guys leave a like and a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the future of these guys. All right? And, of course, guys, share the show. If there's people who would love watching these fights, by all means, share it. We'd love to have more viewers and help the algorithm that much more. Of course, if there's a fight you want to see us break down, in the comments down below. There has to be a ref, though, of course. Yes, so, guys, until next time, brawl on.